I didn't pour enough epoxy, so we're going to do UV. A lot of bubbles in there. A lot of little crevices. Make sure I get all the bubbles if possible. I think I got all of them. We'll carry that here, and we will be right back. Okay, it is ready. Now we're going to try something here. I'm going to we're going to see if we can get this to chrome up. So let's do. So this is just an empty, I bought a blank granite polish bottle, and I put UV resin in it. I just pour the resin into it. And it makes it a little bit easier to get smaller amounts. So you don't have to pour. Literally paint it on there, just like you would your nails. And I just get these off of Amazon. Looks like it's totally coated. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a quick, not a flash cure, but just a few seconds here. I don't want it completely cured. Let's see if that's enough. That's barely even done. I want it to be just past sticky. I don't want it quite done. Well, it's going to be sticky, but I just don't want it. Okay, I think I got it. Yes, okay, perfect. That chrome technique that they do on your nails. I really should have gotten the chrome nail powder out, but this will work. gonna finish curing that from below. It's got the two-sided UV resin curing machine that does the two sides at the same time. So we're gonna finish curing what was started. And then we'll put another coat on it. I'll be back as soon as this is finished. Okay, we are done here. So let's go ahead and top it off. This is actually the next day. We did the pouring yesterday. And this is actually the next day. That's why I'm doing the UV resin, because I want to be able to demold and actually fix these. Typical crafter, I am impatient. I don't want to do epoxy. I want to get it done. So. All right, so we're going to cure that, and I'll be back. Okay, so these are finished. Let's unmold them and see what they look like. If I want to do this technique again, if I just want to leave them white. I need to cure them some more. Looks like they're a little sticky. But I kind of like what they're looking like. So we will cure these a little bit longer. And I'll be back. Okay. Alright, so these are ready now. They're not sticky anymore. So I'm going to, it's one reason why I like this, because I can coat. I don't necessarily want to dome it, I just want to coat it. So this makes it a lot easier to put a really thin coat on without having to worry about doming. Should have done the sides before I did the front. Oh well. I will wipe my gloves off. Looks like I got it all. I just think a thin coat on these brightens them up. Trying to get a thin coat without filling in. Trying to get a thin coat without filling in those gaps, because I don't want those gaps filled. I think that's it. Alright, so while we were not recording, I started a second set. I think, and I did the white instead. It's just a UV colored resin. I just got off Temu. It's just cheap. Just put a couple coats of white on there. Figured we'd do just something different so they're not exactly the same. Plus I've got a little male dog and a female dog. I figured we'll just have the male have the silver and the female will have the white, just to be able to separate them a little bit. Here, and I'll be back. Okay, so I think these are finished. I think the other one is too. Okay. So let's see what these look like. Very cute. I will, yeah, I'll go ahead and cure these some more on both sides outside of the mold. And work on that later. All right. So, yeah, these are good. I think this will be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and unmold the little puppies. All right, so we will start, I guess we'll just start with Aspen here. How sweet. Bless her heart. And little Hugo. Yeah. Probably should have filled them a little bit more. Looks like he's a little... She's a little bit, not too bad. These have been curing all night, so they should be pretty firm, but got a little bit of rubberiness to them. At least the edges do. I'll just put a little sanding block to them. I won't worry about doing that in front of you guys. All right, so the plan is to put this on him like that. Do the same thing with her, with the white ones. So before we do that, I think I want to put a little tiny bubble there. Yeah, a couple little bubbles there. Not too bad though. So what I was wanting to do is put like a little collar on her, and I've got these, I think they're like called Fire. I think I got them on Amazon, I'm not sure, a long time ago. And then these are, the jar looks a little foggy for some reason, but these are like an amethyst color. I'm not really sure which one I want to do here. Let's see. All right, so I paused a minute to go get some stuff to put these rhinestones together. So what I have is some toothpicks so that I can work with the B7000. And I know a lot of people use liquid fusion, and I have liquid fusion, but I prefer the B7000. I get these little tiny little things off of Temu, and they're almost like a one and done type thing. These, for what she needs, that's more than enough. Okay, so I think little collar. I think these will probably look better with the chocolate. If they don't, we'll take them off and do the amethyst. But I think I'm going to go not right up by her ears, but just kind of like down this way. Probably should have got a chalk marker, but oh well. I'll just do this. I wonder if this has dried up being in storage. Kinda looks like it, doesn't it? Don't let it dry too much. I may have to get my liquid fusion out. Hopefully it hasn't solidified or dried during storage too. Yeah, I think this is get my other B7000 out. This stuff is, yeah, it's, I'm not gonna be able to keep using that. Correction, it's E6000, which my understanding there isn't a whole lot of difference there. I hope this hasn't dried up. Yeah, this is much better. I guess because those were little. Okay, so these are completely done. Now I need to trim them and put a coat on them. So our little Hugo. I'll put a collar on him, but I'm not sure what kind I want to put on him yet, so I'm not going to do that today. I'll have to figure that out. A little strip of leather or something, I don't know. I think I'm going to do that. So, I'm not really sure how much is actually going to touch his body. So, let's see if that. So, yeah, so we'll use that, but I'm going to UV resin some of it. All right, I think these are all dead, but we'll see if we can get a little bit out of them. Let's just do this. I was not prepared, was I? All right, so there's that. Oh, shoot. That is the reason why I like the little ones. There you go. Again, this is why I like the little, should have used my little dripper thing. See, look at that thing peeing out all over the place over there. Alright, so he's got that. Now, good grief. Look at that. Oy. Oy vey. There we go. So, alright. Since we already got him started, I'm going to put a little coating on him. You know what? Oh, yeah. And then I'll put the leather or whatever it is on him, whatever I decide afterwards. And I'll trim his little feet. Poor little Hugo. He hated his feet touched. Oh, he hated it so bad. We would joke around and call him his wheels. He didn't want his wheels touched. He hated it. He would run. Did not want to have anything to do with that. I'm going to have to trim his little nails. His little feet, I mean. I might put something on do his eyes and his nose. Well, their eyes are asleep, but outline sleeping eyes, but I'm not sure. I kind of like the simplicity of not having anything on there. Kind of like the simplicity. So I'm going to put little Hugo. And let's do Aspen. I might just bypass that E6000 altogether. Just looks like the UV was working better anyway. So still learning the YouTube video ethics. Keep me on screen, sorry. right, I'll put you on pause. I'm gonna clean all this mess up. It's a mess. Okay, so I got most of it cleaned up. I went ahead and did the other one. It is curing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one real quick. Show you the difference of why I like to color them, or I mean, not color them, but what's this called? Top coat them. Because it makes such a difference. Watch this. It's very kind of muted, I guess. Watch. It just brings out that iridescent. It's just so much prettier, I think. There is a time and a place for that muted, but I really like the shine there. Got some fuzz on my hand. Yeah. All right. I'll get these finished over here. Okay, I think we are cured. So now, I think I don't know how they're supposed to look. I guess like that. Like more on her back, right? Yeah, I think that's right. All right, we're going to use this. Yeah, I think this is a better way. Definitely a better way. Let's try this. All right, I think that's good. So now we will get her. I'm not going to paint over those rhinestones because I want them to keep their shine. I'll go right up to them to help hold them, but I'm not going to paint over them. When you paint over rhinestones, they lose a lot of their shine. And it's because they're faceted and those facets get filled in with the resin, so they kind of lose a lot of it. So they still look pretty under resin, but they lose so much because they're just so pretty without. So. I think I got all the. Oops, I didn't. I think I got all of her. I think I want to do his little nose. Okay, so here they are finished. Here's the little white one, and I am not going to put any color on the face. I think that it's just fine the way it is, considering it's just a memory piece reminding me of my little dog. I don't want to, I just want to leave it the way it is. And then this is the other one. I put it on a coaster. And I'm going to be putting the dog's name with the years of her life. So there's that. So, all right. Well, that is it. Let me know what you think. Which one do you think is your favorite? And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.